G'day! So, in this one we're looking at perpendicular lines and finding a perpendicular line when you're given an equation and a point that line passes through. So, we'll get into this just after I go through a few things. Firstly, whenever you think perpendicular line, you need to think of this relationship with the gradient. And that is that both the gradients together will multiply to equal -1. And then if you're trying to find one of the gradients and you know the other one, okay? It's going to be this relationship here, okay? Then, once we've found the gradient, we need to find C by substituting in a known point. And we've got our known point in the question here. So, first we need to identify the gradient of the line that it's perpendicular to, okay? And that's right here, this -3 at the front. Remember, that's the M value, and the M tells you the gradient. So, with this, we're given that M1 times M2 is going to equal -1. So we're given an M1 value of, or an M2, doesn't matter, of -3 times M2 is equal to -1. Okay, so we need to get M2 by itself by dividing both sides. Dividing both sides by -3, so M2 is equal to -1 over -3, which is equal to 1/3. Okay, so we've found our M value. Okay, found our gradient. Now we need to find C by substituting in a point. Okay, and look at that, got a point up here. So we write out our equation y is equal to mx plus c. So now we have our M value of 1/3, so y is equal to 1/3 plus c, or 3x plus c. Now we're given an x and y value. Remember, this is in the form up the top, if you just look, of x and y. So now with this we substitute in these points, so y is equal to 4. X is equal to 0, which makes this one a little bit easier. Okay, so we don't need to rearrange anything because we're just left with 4. Sorry, that should be 0 times a third. 4 is equal to C. So now we've got our C value. Now we just need to write our equation. So the line that's perpendicular to y is equal to -3x plus 1 and passes through 0 and 4 is equal to y is equal to our M value that we've worked out, 1/3, x, and then our C value, which is +4. Okay, so that is our answer there. So just remember with this, remember your relationship between perpendicular lines and the gradient. Okay, and that's in this top corner here. This is what you need to remember, this relationship up here on how to work out the gradient. Then you need to find what C is by subbing in a known point, okay? Or it's either given to you in that question just like that, okay? So hopefully this helps with finding equations that are perpendicular to lines with a known point. Good luck.